False alarm. Okay. All right. Okay. There it is. Oh, no. All right. Alrighty. Hey, what's going on? Yeah, Texas is good tonight. False alarm. Wife fell asleep. What's going on, Nicole? What's going on, Charles? What's going on, Mike Phillips? Purple. Loopy. Ken's. What's popping? Do you know when another batch of severe weather is coming for Texas? You're gonna have a little break. We could get spicy as we get to the end of next week, towards Thursday, Friday. We'll look at that in a second. Let me just pay attention to what's going on here real quick. We can go over that in a second. Let me get everyone updated on what's happening here. All right. Alexandria, let's make sure I got all my tornado warnings in here. Okay. All right. All right. Let's take a look at this. Velocities. Why am I not getting velocities? I'm going to have to close out of this. No, what's going on? Here. It's looking better. Okay, let's get... What is going on? Why isn't this switching to... Oh, that's why. All right, let's take off composite completely. Okay. Velocities. All right, there we go. Significant winds about to move through Cottonport, Mansoura, Marksville, out towards Simisport. I don't know how to pronounce that. All right, so I'm not even going to try, but you know where you are. This is a significant gust front right there. Look at these gust fronts just lined up. Strong winds, strong winds, strong winds, strong winds, strong winds. You see that? All these kind of bulges in the squall line. Here you go, here you go, here you go, here you go. Significant winds. Significant winds along all of these. This looks like a couplet to me right here. All right, this is moving out to the east, southeast, towards Morse, Etherwood. He's right out ahead of this. There's the couplet. Doesn't look extremely intense, but there's rotation in there. You can see it. There it is. You can see the rotation very clearly moving through Jenny's out towards the east, towards Crowley, Rain, Scott. This is headed straight for Lafayette. Straight for Lafayette, Louisiana. Lafayette, Louisiana. Who do I know who lives there? Who do I know who lives there? I know someone who lives there. Okay. Let's take a look down here. I'll give him a call in a second. Another decent gust front. Not as much circulation down here, but this is still heading out to the east. Going to pass south of Grand Lake, heading out towards White Lake. Where are the city names out here? Let's move north. What's happening here? There's a couplet right there. There it is. Maybe a tornado on the ground right here moving east. Opelousas. I don't know. Gosh, these names. Heading out towards Melville, New Roads, Baton Rouge. Baton Rouge. These aren't far to your west right now.
Attention, a new radar indicated tornado warning has been issued.
Why aren't my alerts showing up? Hold up, guys. Why didn't my alert show up then? Well, we're about to get the new version of this, so we'll be good by we'll be good in a couple of weeks. Interesting. Why didn't my alert show up? Okay. That's frustrating. One second. Okay. Whatever. Should be showing up on the screen. Anyways, Opelousas? Is that how do you guys pronounce that? You guys know what I'm talking about. This is heading out east towards Baton Rouge. It looks like there could be a tornado on the ground there as well. This is radar indicated. That one just dropped off. All right, so radar indicated, tornado warning, radar indicated, tornado warning, radar indicated. Radar indicated is better than observed, but I do see there's definitely rotation in all these cells. 100%. Definitely this one right here. Definitely this one right here. Let's move north. So sometimes you get tornado warnings, and I'm like, is there anything there? No, there's something here in all of these. I don't know if it's on the ground, but you have rotation in the cloud. So if it's not on the ground, it could be. This is TOR possible, severe thunderstorm warning. Well, you have a severe, you have a tornado warning in here as well. Expires in 5 minutes. I don't see a tornado in here. Well, also, when you start getting winds in a bulk this strong, typically, you're not going to have a tornado. You're probably not going to have much rotational shear. This is all strong westerly winds. So Cottonport, though, Simusport, however you pronounce it, these winds are intense. Hurricane force gusts. Hurricane force, I mean, you could have 80 plus mile per hour gusts through here heading east. Bunky. All right, moving up. What is going on with the alerts? What is going on with... They're not popping up. They're just making sounds. Let me turn off notification bar alert like that and see what happens. Okay. Another tornado warning up here expires in 4 minutes. Again, this one I'm not as concerned about. This one looks like it's probably not on the ground anymore. This is probably where it was, right there. That's where the rotation is. Not as concerned. The tornado warnings to the south are more concerning. So these ones down here. One heading towards Opelousas. We're just going to call it that. Crowley, Lafayette. And then this one down here to the south heading out towards Abbeville. These are the ones I'm concerned about in the southern portion of Louisiana. Those are the ones I'm worried about. What's going on, everyone? Let's put this in motion. Let's see something. Are we on radar? Max reflectivity. Reflectivity X. I just want to see what's happening here. Okay. All right, you should be able to see warnings in the bottom of the screen. You can see everyone who's in the tornado watch there. Abbeville. Well, that's much easier than whatever I was saying. Did I say Abbeville? Abbeville. Okay, Abbeville. Morgan, what's going on? My husband is sleeping in a loaded tanker truck in Baton Rouge right now. These storms look close. They're still probably over an hour and a half away from Baton Rouge. And we are expecting the intensity of this squall line to, I'd say, in about 30 minutes, it's going to begin to increasingly weaken. Why? Because our instability is dying off quickly right now. The sun's gone down, and it's not even spring yet. So the sun's going down, and it gets very cold this time of year. I mean, relative to what tornadoes like and severe thunderstorms, your instability is going to die down here pretty quick, especially with your dew points dying off. So right now, I'm not overly concerned with Baton Rouge. Baton Rouge is probably going to see some severe thunderstorms move through, maybe some strong winds, small hail. Right now, definitely, if I'm in Baton Rouge, I'm paying attention to the radar. I'm staying updated. You still could have enough shear and enough instability to have a tornado move through Baton Rouge. But in my opinion, this is going to begin to weaken before it hits Baton Rouge. Also, in my opinion, I would still assume, prepare for the worst, expect the best,
Attention,
I'd be paying attention
a
to
new
Baton Rouge.
tornadic severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
All right. I'm just going to turn these off because it should be showing me what's popping up, and I'm not getting the notifications to pop up. So let me try this real quick. Oh, you know why it's not actually?
Attention, a new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
Probably this is why. Hold up. This is why. Because this has been... Let me move this. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me fix this real quick. This is probably why.
Attention, a new special weather statement has been issued.
Why aren't they showing? What the heck is going on? This is why I need the new version of this to come out. Let's fix this. Okay. Should be now. Yeah, because I'm not getting my notification. You guys, right? Yeah, you guys aren't seeing the notification pop-ups. Oh, they all should be popping up. That's so weird. Okay. Source donations, desktop. Move this all the way down. Interesting. Okay, whatever. Tornado warnings in Baton Rouge. Yeah, well, you guys don't have a tornado warning in Baton
Attention,
Rouge.
a new special weather statement has been issued.
All right, let me hit these off. If we're not gonna get a notification popping up, I need to turn that off. I don't know what's going on. Issue with the overlay, but this is why I'm working on addressing this before we actually get deep into severe season. All right, we should be good now. Should be off. Should be off. We'll see. All right. I got blown up with notifications earlier about Katy and around the Houston suburbs. What? Is that a city around Houston? Around Houston? The Houston. Did we get anything through Houston earlier? I was out. I was out with my wife and kids. No, I know you can hear it, but you should have a visual popping up showing you. When I get a notification and you hear severe thunderstorm warning, tornado warning, you should see it visually pop up on the screen and you're not seeing it. So it doesn't help you. Okay, tornado warning, but it should show you where and all the description, but it's not popping up, so we're going to turn off the audio. I'll have it fixed. I've been working on my overlay. I'm going to have I'm going to be using the same overlay for the spring severe season, but it's just going to be new versions coming out. It's going to be really nice. All right, yeah, NWS dropped the ball on warnings earlier. I can't tell you I'm surprised. I can't tell you I'm surprised. It's like the same thing every year. No disrespect to the NWS. Tons of extremely smart people who work there. Really hard working, dedicated people who are obviously trying to, help people, save people's lives. But seems like every single year, and this has been going on for, this has been going on for like a decade. Warnings aren't issued when they're supposed to be. They're issued too late. I mean, this happened last year with our tornado that went through Somerset and London, Kentucky. And I had a whole video freaking out because we were live during that. And I said, there's a extremely strong, maybe EF3 plus tornado on the ground about to go through Somerset, and there's no tornado warning. And I had people in my live in Somerset, and they were like, what should we do? Is there a tornado? Should we go underground? And I said, yes, get underground. I don't care that there's not a tornado warning. There should be one. And the tornado went through Somerset and London, and there were casualties. It's been happening for like a decade, though. My biggest issue is when that was happening, it was the only severe weather in the country. So it's not like, oh, there was just severe weather all over the country. There was just one line of thunderstorms. One line. That's it. There was like 2 severe thunderstorm warnings and like a couple tornado warnings. That's it. One person in a stream can see everything. So same with this. There's only the squall line. The only severe weather has been in Texas and in Louisiana tonight. There's no excuse for being late on tornado warnings or messing up with them. So, but again, this is just something that's been going on for a long time. But that's what's good. That's what's good that it's people can say what they want about people who live stream and cover severe weather, but you have a lot of ways of getting information, which is good. Can you zoom in on the line? Sure. Here's where we are. Again, we had a couple tornado warnings drop off. Here's the tornado warnings we have right now. On the right side here. You can see 150K people in the tornado warning, 20K, 18K. People affected. Here you go. Affected areas. Marksville, Deville, Poland, Moncla, Centerpoint, and Brolette. I'm going to try my best to pronounce these things. Louisiana. You guys know, if I mispronounce the name of your city, it's not my fault. Jennings, Mermento, Morse, Roanoke, Evangeline, Midland, and then we've got Opelousas, Ville Platte, Washington, Lawndale. There's just going to be clips of me all over the internet, I feel like, in the future of me mispronouncing things. Chatangener, Felton. All right, listen. Here you go. Marksville, Opelousas, and then headed out towards Lafayette. If you're in and around those regions, these are the 3 tornadoes. Again, or possible tornadoes. Again, I think the one up here near Marksville, I think this is just a gust front. I don't think there's a tornado on the ground here. But if you're in a tornado warning, you better treat it like there's a tornado on the ground here. Because guess what? Radars mess up sometimes and don't see things correctly. You can see rotation in the cloud here still. Not much, though. That one looks like it's going to expire. What's left on the tornado warning? 10 minutes? Probably will expire. This one here, let's take a look at this one here. You can see the rotation still. We take a look at the velocity. You have a couplet here. Opelousas heading out towards New Roads. I'd be paying attention there if I were you. And then Crowley. This one down here still, you see a little bit of a spin on the velocity. Take a look at the radar here. Yeah, Crowley heading out towards Lafayette. Pay attention to what's going on there. I was looking at these the system while I was heading back from dinner, and I was like, oh, man. I wish I was on. There was so much going on. So here we go, though. I don't think we have any major tornado on the ground, but we could have an EF0, EF1 at least moving through somewhere right now. Most of them look like they're kind of wrapping up. He's just out ahead of this storm. He's just west of Lafayette, out ahead of that tornado. Looking at Opelousas. Okay, thanks, Shelby. I appreciate that Congress info. I appreciate you. Opelousas. In other news, water is wet. Yeah, true. About the NWS stuff. Or about the yeah. Is that what that was about? Oh, app. Shelby, I'm struggling. I think I need chat GBT here. Tell me North Carolina is going to get warm. It is. Big warm up for North Carolina through the week this week. But you're going to get back cold end of February going into March. March looks cold for the East again. It does. Opelousas. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to do. How do I pronounce... Let's get back in there. Opelousas. Got it. Yeah, I never would have gotten that one right. Ope. That's what people say in Minnesota. Ope. Opelousas. Hey, guys, I knew that. I've been playing with you this whole time. Yeah. Listen. Listen, I think taking a look at these tornadoes right now, or potential tornadoes, could have a very weak tornado on the ground down here. Right here, maybe. Opelousas. What I'm actually almost more concerned about is these are gusty conditions, okay? So power outages, hail, possible. You could have a weak tornado skirting through here right now, but these could re-intensify. It's a pretty nice looking QLCS squall line right here. So there's probably some flash flooding occurring up here. I don't see any flash flood warnings up here, but I'd assume Arkansas. I'd assume Arkansas has probably got some issues up there with flash flooding throughout the night. These are all radar indicated. There's definitely, I know we had some, I believe, observed ones earlier when I wasn't on, but you can see the rotation in these. I think the rotation's gone in the Marksville one, but I see some rotation still heading out towards east, towards kind of the Baton Rouge and Lafayette area. So we're gonna watch these. Oh, did we just get this updated? Tour possible. Still some rotation in here. I'm in Indiana. I miss thunderstorms. Don't worry, we're getting close to springs, and it's gonna be. We're getting close to spring, and it's gonna be an Enzo neutral. Enzo neutral usually means pretty above average severe weather seasons. Is Nola going to lose power for Mardi Gras weekend? Is Mardi Gras this weekend? These storms are going to weaken a little bit as they move through New Orleans, and then they're going to re-intensify as they get out towards Pensacola, Mobile, Alabama tomorrow. So I think New Orleans is the spot to be right now, because as these storms move east, they're going to lose their instability overnight, and then they're going to re-intensify out here as we get into the morning hours. You may be able to see this if I show you guys the Rufus here, or actually the HRRR. Let's take a look at the Z03Z. Maybe not. Maybe let's take a look at the O2Z. Yeah, let's do that. All right, so let's look. Okay. Storms stay intense. I mean, this shows a decent squall line through New Orleans. I think this squall line de-intensifies a little bit before it moves through New Orleans. You can see it's de-intensifying compared to what we're having back here. It weakens. We get a little bit farther out east into the daytime tomorrow, and I think we get a re-intensifying squall line. I don't even know if I like how the HRRR is handling this. I think we're gonna have. I think this is gonna. Let me take a look at the Rufus. Let me take a look at the Rufus real quick. All right, let's take a look at the Rufus. There, the Rufus pulls it apart and then re-intensifies it there. Okay, so the Rufus weakens it right around New Orleans and Gulfport, falls apart. You can see the squall line's gone. I think it's gonna weaken before that, but I could be wrong. I think it's gonna de-intensify a little bit before that, but falls apart as we get out towards New Orleans and Gulfport. There it is, falling apart, and then boom, starts to re-intensify over Panama City, Tallahassee, Jacksonville. But I don't. Not impossible to get damaging winds, hail, and a tornado through New Orleans tonight. I'm not overly concerned about it. There's a strong QLCS out to your west right now. Facts. There's a strong QLCS out to your west right now producing tornadoes and severe thunderstorms. So I would prepare for the possibility of power outages and some issues. But I think this squall line de-intensifies a little bit before it hits New Orleans. My personal opinion. You know, I haven't really been covering severe weather in, a good, 4 months? There's been none. Maybe I'm a little bit rusty. No, it's like riding a bike. I'm not rusty. I know what I'm talking about. No, this has been overperforming in this area. I will say this squall line's been overperforming, so it could continue to overperform out to the east towards New Orleans. So the good news is the bad weather is going to be, everyone's going to be sleeping in New Orleans. I mean, what's our timeline here? I'd assume it's going to be over New Orleans between like 1 and 3 a.m. So it shouldn't affect Mardi Gras. I mean, look at this. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 1 to 3 a.m. That's pretty on point there. 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. There you go. 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. So you're good. As long as you don't get those power outages. Noise. Shady said noise. Got another tornado warning? Did we? I turned my notifications off because they were being ridiculous. Let's take a look. Correct. Expires in 31 minutes. Maybe I should turn it back on. I'll turn my notifications back on for a second. They're just malfunctioning a little bit. But Here it is. New tornado warning affecting areas. Oh my God, I already forgot how to say it. Appaloosis. I remember. Port Bar, Melville, Washington, Palmetto, Darboon. Okay, about 32,000 people in here, about 15,000 homes, 21 public schools. Wow, they really get into the details here. Holy crap. There's 2 dialysis centers here. Really get into the details. This is why we like Weatherwise. Yep, here it is. Let's take a look at the velocity real quick. Yep, there it is. There it is, right there. There's a couplet. Is it on the ground? Hard to tell. It's not the most intense couplet I've ever seen headed east directly towards Melville. Port Barry, that's right. Port Barry, that's right. We said that earlier. Port Barry. Heading out directly. It looks like it's going to pass north of Port Barry and then straight towards Melville. Eastbound Baton Rouge here. Yeah, just make sure you keep your alerts on. Make sure you're paying attention. You can see we'll be able to see the rotation on this one easily too. Here's a little bit of an inflow, by the way. There it is. You can see the rotation on it right there. I know the arrow's down here. It's probably right there. This could go. Here's the thing too. When the storms are late, you got another tornado warning right here. When the storms are late, you don't get as many observed tornadoes because someone has to observe it. So this might be observed if it was daytime. Another updated tornado warning. 206,000 people, and that's because we now have tornado warning through Lafayette. This guy is directly in front of the tornado warning.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I mean, they've even extended the warning.
All right, so let's take a look. There it is. There's our couplet, weak couplet, but there is the notch in the squall line. Things to look for when you're looking at your velocity. A notch. Whoop. See that angle right there? That's your inflow. That's your inflow. This is the inflow. Here's your rotation right behind the inflow. And you're not always going to see a couplet, but you guys know what this means. If it's red, it's moving away from the radar. If it's green, it's moving towards the radar. If you have red and green next to each other, you have a notch, you have what looks like rotation on the reflectivity, there's probably rotation in there. Twisty boy. And if there's a tornado, you can, with how good our reflectivity is, you can usually see it pretty well nowadays, directly on the reflectivity. So here, we'll be able to see it here. There it is, right there. All right. Crowley Rain, Dustin Scott, Lafayette. You are now in a tornado warning as well. I'm going to keep these up on the side here so you guys can see. Actually, we're not going to... Should I have the longer description on the side here? Give me a second. We'll keep that on. Put that on. Put that on. Okay. That's good. Let me just fix some of these alerts on here. Okay. If you have red and green together, that means it's Christmas. No. No. That means the clouds are spinning above your head. Opposite of Christmas. Danger. No, you can have rotation above you in the clouds. 99% of the time, if you have rotation above you, there's not a tornado on the ground. We get rotation in thunderstorms all the time without a tornado on the ground. But that's one thing you're going to have if there's a tornado on the ground. Yes, if you're in front of the storms, please say weather where. Can we check cyclonic WX because the Nino 1 and 2 has a strong El Nino territory? We don't need to check that right now. We're not checking what's going on with the Enzo right now when we got tornadoes on the ground. Potential tornadoes on the ground. Did we just get another tornado warning? All right, new one. This looks like wetlands, though. Headed out towards intercoastal city. This probably isn't affecting many people, is it? 1,000 people? 1,500 people? All right, well, we still got some energy in the storm, guys. Here it is. This looks pretty weak to me, but just pay attention if you're down there. All right. Is he just waiting for this thing? Oh, he's going to fly a drone. I wonder if he can switch his video to the drone. Jaden? How do you pronounce this name? Jaden Pappenheim? Jaden Pappenheim? You guys should give him a follow. Probably on X, Twitter, whatever you guys want to call it. You guys should give him a follow. He's out here. It's on Weatherwise. We're allowed to stream it. Pretty cool. We'll see if he gets a good shot there. Sorry, I had to. I went through a crazy EF3 in Clarksville, Tennessee. Dark humor here. Yeah. Trauma humor. I feel that. RJ said it's affecting us here for sure. Where are you? Still for New Jersey tomorrow night? Well, no, it's fine. Yeah, we're covering the severe weather. You guys can ask questions outside of the severe weather. I'm just not going to promise you I'm going to answer what I'm really trying to pay attention to this, obviously. I'll just give you a quick update. The latest from the National Weather Service. Fresh, latest data from the National Weather Service. Your expected totals have actually gone up. Congratulations there. Really from almost Surf City, New Jersey, almost South Jersey, but central to northern Jersey, you're expected almost an inch to an inch and a half. Jersey, Long Island, inch and a half. New York, an inch. Philadelphia is expected an inch and a half now. High ends went up as well. Philadelphia, if they get lucky, could get 2.5 inches. Long Branch up to Edison could get 3. Long Island, 2 to 3. I mean, you could get 2 to 3 across portions of New Jersey. Your expected totals went up. You're still only expected at most 2 inches through portions of southeastern Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Long Island, though. So, not much. And you got some warm air behind it. That snow's probably going to melt pretty quickly after it falls. I know the GFS showed like 9 inches for New Jersey, and everyone got excited. It is lying ass GFS. Will there be a stream covering snow tomorrow? Yes. Yep. Yep. We have no confirmed touchdowns from these right now. We're all radar indicated. I will say, taking a look at these, this looks like we may have something on the ground right here in rain. Just this is pretty significant looking notch here. If not, we could have tornado EF0 type winds running across the surface without actual connection. That might be what's happening there. Let's take a look at this radar up here. Can we move to this radar? Okay. This pretty nice notch in here. You can see we've got a little bit of a couplet right there. So to me, it doesn't look like we have a if there's a tornado on the ground, it's this one headed towards Lafayette. The other ones look like there could be a tornado on the ground, and you should always treat it like there's a tornado on the ground if there's a tornado warning. Because again, radars aren't perfect. There's times where the radars aren't seeing the storm correct. They're good. Radars are good, but they're not perfect. So the reason these tornado warnings are here is because there very well could be one on the ground because all the ingredients are there. But of these three, definitely the one here heading towards Lafayette looks the most suspicious to me. Don't be suspicious. So remember, rain, Scott, Lafayette. Better safe than sorry. You want to be away from windows, obviously. In a closet, in the center part of your home. If you don't have a basement, get to the center part of your home away from windows. If you have a basement, get in the basement. If you feel like there's nowhere safe, it's always, if you're really concerned, you can always get in a bathtub with the mattress over you. That's like a super safe place to be. But typically closet away from windows, basement, you know, not on bottom floor. Again, I'm not overly concerned that we have a strong tornado here, but EF0, EF1, it's possible maybe we have an EF2 here. I don't think we do. I think it's weaker. I don't want anyone to freak out. But there is rotation. There's rotation in all these cells here. There's rotation in all these cells here. So let's watch this as it moves forward. I like that he's here in front of the one in Lafayette because
watch that.
Here we go. There you go. There you go. Here's his drone. I like that he's at this one because this is the one that I think may be on the ground.
Definitely got to see what that does.
Yeah. This is exactly the one that I'm talking about.
Okay, I'll keep you guys posted on this.
Again, give Jaden Pappenheim. Give him a follow. Jaden Pappenheim. It's tough work what he does. When you see an alligator flying through the air here, there's a tornado. I'm from Florida, yeah. I don't know if I've ever seen an alligator fly through the air, but I've seen a lot of alligators. Yeah, I'm not sure. I know Jaden Pappenheim. Jaden Pappenheim. Jaden Pappenheim. He's the only. We're gonna have a. Why I like weatherwise a lot is. So I'm gonna have my own. I'm gonna pay for my own tornado chasers this spring, but weatherwise also lets you. They have like a handful of like 10 or more tornado chasers that we can watch live as long as you're subbed, which I am to weatherwise. So we'll have them as well as mine. So pretty cool. I have a severe phobia of storms and natural disasters, so this isn't my cup of tea. I'm like the opposite. I'm obsessed with them. People are either very scared or obsessed. I grew up in South Florida, and you have a thunderstorm in South Florida. 320 days a year, you get a thunderstorm. And hurricanes, and growing up in the 2000s in Florida was insane with all the hurricanes we went through. So that's what got me into severe weather. I will say though, Tornado Alley, Dixie Alley. If you've been through a strong EF2, EF3 plus tornado, that'll change you. That'll change you. That's much more intense than a major hurricane. Hurricanes last longer, but tornadoes are more intense. Yep. Purple said safe spot. Yep. Lowest most interior room of your home with the most walls between you and the outside. Correct. Or bathroom. Yep. If you're in a mobile home, please find safety in a building or shelter. Yep. Awesome. Listen, we got some vibey music on. Everything's going to be all right. Nothing too intense. Nothing too intense. I like that this guy is in front of this one storm I'm most concerned about. There's your notch here. You're getting a little bit more of a notch down in the southern system. Luckily, there's really not much down here. This is like a, conservation area. It says maybe about 1,500 people in this area, so I doubt anyone in this area is in my stream. But if you are, intercoastal city especially, pay attention to this. Let's take a look at the latest on the velocities down here. There it is. This is intensifying. There's a couplet there. We might actually have a tornado on the ground here. We might have a water spout on the ground, actually, because this is currently going over White Lake. Could be a water spout. All right, let's put this back in motion and let's pay attention to this. I'm going to zoom in over here. Okay. Let's get back in here. All right, he's staying right here. He's staying right there waiting for it. He's right in the path. Let's take a look at the one up here towards Melville. Let's get an update here. Still a couplet. Still a couplet right there. Let's take a look at what wind speeds are up here. There's a reading of 92 miles per hour. I don't know if that's accurate. It could be, though, because we have 82 We could have a gust through here of 92 miles per hour. It's possible. I'm sure we have 70, 75 plus mile per hour gust through this. You can see this is pretty intense up here. Up to the north. This is a strong gust front that's about to head through Woodville and Centerville. Centerville or Centerville? New Roads, St. Francisville. Damaging winds, probably heading out towards you as well. Look at this couplet. Oh my gosh, it's starting to get a little bit better organized. Pretty clean inflow. A little bit of thunderstorms out ahead of it. Definitely disrupting the inflow. This would be a lot more intense if we didn't have this right here out ahead of it. Typically, your squall, if you have a QLCS squall line, your most intense tornadoes are going to be down at the southern portion where you have a lot of clean air. Not as much clean air up here, and it's not discrete. Discrete setups can be worse. So this is usually where you get EF0 to EF2. Okay. All right, he's still waiting there. Should this weaken before it gets to Homa? I expect it to. I think your chances of tornadoes drop way down. They're not gone. I think this tornado watch may shift out east. But I think your chances for a tornado definitely go down as we get out towards Homa. Is that how you pronounce it? I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. But damaging winds and hail are still possible out there. Thibodeau as well. My parents are out that way, about 8 miles from the bay. Just make sure they're paying attention. Again, I don't think we have a major damaging tornado on the ground, but power outages, some tree damage, some roof damage, some car damage from hail, definitely possible. And again, there are rotation in these cells, so EF0 to EF2 tornadoes possible. Probably EF0, EF1 in these here. This is the one I'm watching that could maybe intensify to EF2. If things, you know, if the environment stays conducive here. Okay, good. Woo! Pronounced something right. Homa. Okay, good. Take a look at the velocity radar from earlier I posted. All right, let's take a look. Was it on Discord? Yeah, by the way, if you guys want to join my Discord, every single day I update everything in there. Current temperature outlooks, precipitation outlooks, severe weather outlooks, hurricane outlooks, Enzo outlooks, volcano outlooks, or what's going latest with volcanoes, earthquakes, wildfires, everything. But really quickly, let's take a look. Here's the Discord. Snowfall updates, winter storm updates, temperature updates, rainfall updates, severe risk zone, tornado risk zone, every single day, every single morning. Everything in here is updated. Fresh data. It's all once. Everything you want to know about weather's in here. There's a link to my Discord in the description of every single one of my YouTube videos. So every single one of my YouTube videos, description. Connor's Climate Corner. Add me on Discord. I'll get you in here. It's completely free. I literally make zero money. I work really hard in it, and I make zero money. One day maybe I'll monetize it. It's actually, yeah, Morgan, it's just Connor's Climate Corner now. I think without the HQ. I'm pretty sure I switched it and got the name I wanted. Wait, where did you post this? Was it Weather Talk? Let's see. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. Pine, just to the northwest of Pine Prairie. That was probably a tornado on the ground right there. Wow. Look at these winds too. Yeah. Yeah, look at that. Intense. West of Bunkie. Nice. Oh, gotta add you. There you go. All right, let's get back to it. What's up, Bryce? Just a reminder. Tornado warning. Did this get extended? Hold up. Expiring in 12 minutes. All right. This one, I think, just got extended. Okay, so this is a severe thunderstorm warning. This is, yeah, so these severe thunderstorm warnings are getting extended. Almost out towards Baton Rouge there. Our tornado warnings are all at 11 minutes. I wonder if Jaden has anything new here. This potential tornado is getting very close to him. Let's take a look. Get Baton Rouge, Lafayette, make sure you're paying attention.
Okay. We pushed it to the very last second. Oh, yeah, we gotta roll now. Thing is right on us.
It's pretty close to him. He's not lying. It's probably here right now because the radar lags. It's very close to him. He's booking it. That if there is a tornado on the ground, it's about to head through Scott out towards Lafayette. Let's get an update here. You still see the rotation here. Can we see it on the reflectivity? We still see the small couplet there. There's still rotation right here heading east. I don't know if a tornado's on the ground, but there's still some decent rotation in there. Let's check our system to the south. This is where our couplet is right here. Again, moving through kind of a reservation or, sorry, conservation area. Not too intense, not overly concerned about that system. Then back up here towards Melville, heading east towards New Roads and Francisville. Could still be a couplet there, not overly concerned with this one. Again, damaging winds, though, up here. This is a damaging gust front. It's about to head through Woodville. Centerville, St. Francisville, Jackson, Mississippi. I mean, this is damaging winds heading out towards Baton Rouge too, but he's booking it. He's like, nah, not today. Not today. Yeah, Robert. Sorry, I'm focusing a lot on severe weather right now. But yeah, we probably get to push the cold air and some enhanced snow back out east as we get to the end of February, moving into March again. Yep. I haven't changed my opinion on that. I've been saying that constantly. Nothing's changed. The outlooks, the European weeklies, the teleconnections, the CPC outlook, everything's changed. Not what I think is going to happen. It's remained the same. We'll see if it confirms. I think it will. Hannah, what's going on? I appreciate you. It feels like we're getting a little bit of weakening here in this squall line right now. But gosh, look at this down here. This is intense. These are intense winds down here. This is intense right here, guys. About to move through Fort Adams out towards Woodville. Intense winds there. All right, we got an upgraded tornado warning, or we got a new tornado warning. Well, this is just new. It's just updated from this one right here. So this is our system. So now we have New Roads and St. Francisville in this tornado warning. You see a little bit of a notch. We see some very significant velocities here. Let's see if we can still see the rotation in the reflectivity. We can. The rotation right there, about to head through Melville, New Roads, St. Francisville. Get in a safe spot. Again, basement if you can. Interior of your home. Put as many, like, who said it? That's a good way to put it, and I always forget. That's what I used to say. You want as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Exactly. Interior home away from windows. In a closet. In a bathtub with a mattress over you if you're really concerned. I, again, don't think we have a super intense tornado on the ground here. I don't think we do. So don't freak out or anything. But, you know, you got rotation. You got a little bit of a couplet here. So you got a little bit of an inflow region. So treat it like a tornado's on the ground. New GFS doesn't matter. Haven't taken a look at it. Haven't taken a look at it yet. I'll be going over it tomorrow, though. I'll take a look at it on the side screen here. Yeah, I mean, the GFS continues to show a ton of snow for the Mid-Atlantic. I'm not sold. Still not sold. It makes no sense what it's doing in the upper Midwest either. Yeah, it's putting a big snowstorm into the Mid-Atlantic around February 23rd, 24th, possibly, but we'll talk about that tomorrow. Did we get another tornado warning or an updated one? Expires in 1 hour. Radar indicated tornado warning that expires in 1 hour? Why? Pretty strong gust front here. Not really much of a couplet. What? I don't see much rotation here either. Anyways, Wilkinson, Darrington, Rosetta, Perrytown, Crosby, everyone in between and outside around that area. Pay attention. You're in a tornado warning now. Not looking overly intense, but interesting. Regardless of if a tornado goes through this region or not, north of Woodville, again, damaging winds. This is a damaging wind line right here. Damaging gust front heading out east towards you guys. Let's take a look at our see if we got any more couplets down here. This is actually looking pretty healthy. This looks like the tornado to me, not where this arrow is, but let's take a look. Let's take a look. This is down here south. There's not many people down here, but we'll take a look at it. Yeah, this is the rotation right here, actually. Right there. Heading out towards intercoastal city, so pay attention if you're there. Still a little bit of rotation. You can still see the couplet right here. Lafayette. Regardless of if this is a tornado going through Lafayette or not, to me, I don't assume we have one on the ground right now, but we could. This is damaging wind moving through Lafayette right now. About to push right through Lafayette, Louisiana. Let's move to north here, a little bit of an inflow region here. There's your couplet. Moving through Melville out to the east towards New Rose, St. Francisville. Still, again, not expecting a super strong tornado there, but it is possible we have a tornado on the ground. This is a ridiculous looking gust front up here. Let's move our radar. Yeah, strong winds. Here's your couplet down here. Right there. Will Tennessee be okay tonight? Yeah. I mean, heavy rainfall, flash flooding could be a concern for some areas. If you're like, you know, low-lying area near a creek, maybe pay attention. But if you're in the city or in a city or, you know, you're not in any low-lying area that has flooding issues normally, you should be fine. We don't have much. We have very little to zero instability up there. Just thunder showers. Yeah, Jaden made it out. Yeah. St. Francisville has a nuke power plant. I mean, I'm sure, listen, if there's a nuke power plant in Louisiana, I'm sure they create it. I'm sure it was built to withstand severe weather. It's Louisiana. Like, it was probably built to withstand major hurricanes. There's building code down here in Louisiana, just like there is in Florida. Now, a tornado wouldn't be so good. I guess. It could probably withstand it could probably withstand an EF2. EF3 plus would probably be pretty bad.
It's going to get a little gusty here. We're going to turn around. And we're going to shoot west. Right into this bad boy.
Nice. Nice. Love to hear that, Jaden.
Wish us luck. Whatever happens, happens. I'm tired of chasing this slop. That's where we're at. You know what we could do? We could write it out at one of these gas stations so we have like light so we can see the wind around us. That's what we'll do. We'll just wait for it.
Okay, he's gonna wait for the
Where
system to
there's
move
good
through him in Lafayette. You know, he's just out east. He's in Brobridge? Is this called Brobridge? I know that's pronounced bro. What a cool name. Yeah, plan for severe weather for the plant, yeah. Most of those plants, the dangerous stuff is underground. Dangerous explosive stuff. Brobridge, nice. Oh my god. Smartest person, smartest streamer you know. 1000 IQ, I knew how to pronounce the name. Okay. All right, he's going to ride it out right here at this gas station. Where is he? Is that the Shell? Is he at the Shell?
Good little spot here to...
Nice.
Oh, yeah, this will be good.
Okay. Again, I don't know, an extra gas station. I don't know. This thing's going to end up going just south of him, though. But he's gonna get some gusty conditions here in a second. It'll be interesting to watch this go through. Let's pull this up for a second because this thunderstorm's about to move straight through. Oh,
They extended the warning.
all right.
Oh my.
Okay.
I don't see a lot in the way of rotation, honestly, chat.
Yep.
It looks pretty mid.
That's what I was saying. It's kind of all these are kind of falling apart.
Yeah, honestly, it looks pretty mid.
Yeah.
So, I don't even... Okay, well. This is how much I'm over this. I'm still just going to let it smack me. It's like the 8th or... I think maybe the 8th tornado warning we've been in tonight.
Yeah.
So...
You were correct about the bad stuff being underground. Yeah, I figured. Because if anything does happen, you also want it underground. If there's any sort of, like, I'd assume, nuclear reaction. You don't want that above ground. Let's see. This thing's about to head straight through him. Just to the south of him. The actual rotation is going to head just to his south. All right, we'll pull him up. We'll pull him up in a second. There's still a little bit of rotation moving through straight to Lafayette right here. If anyone's in there, I don't. It doesn't look like there's a tornado on the ground. Look at both of these. You have a little rotation. You have two little rotations right here actually. Look, they have two triggers for a tornado, two arrows for a tornado. Look at that. Intercoastal city. Intracoastal city. $2 chat from Santino.
GFS 22nd.
Santino, Nor'easter popped up on the GFS on the 22nd. Yep. Yep. I know. I've been telling you since this last Monday to watch that. Well, I've been saying to watch the 22nd, 23rd timeline. Or 22nd to 24th, 22nd, 23rd. Around that time out east. GFS sees it. We'll see. Makes sense to me. Let's see what's going on up here. Strong winds. Now we're probably 20 minutes away from moving into Woodville. 30 minutes at most. Is there a tornado on the ground up here? A little bit of rotation. I don't think there is. I think we have damaging winds. New roads. What's going on here again? Not a bad looking couplet. Heading east towards New Roads and St. Francisville. Let's watch for this rotation. Could be something in here. Again, doesn't look super intense. This is good. We don't need anything super intense. Lafayette, Brobridge. Still rotation. Doesn't look super intense. Let's see. He's about to get into this. There it is. Nothing crazy for him right now. Plague Mine, Louisiana. That's what a name. In Youngsville. Plague, or is that Plaque? That's probably Plaque. Yeah, this is heading out east towards you, so you're going to get, regardless of if you see a tornado tonight, which I don't think you will, damaging winds and hail is definitely possible. Youngsville, is that Louisiana? Santino, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Santino, for the $2 super chat. Oh, that's Youngstown, Ohio. Oh, wait, Youngsville? Oh, Youngsville. Youngsville. You're looking good. You're looking good. You're going to get some strong winds, maybe some small hail here moving through your area in a second, but you're looking pretty good. I don't expect anything major through your area. Possibly get some power outages with the wind that we have with the system, but should be good. Yeah, nothing super intense for him. He's probably like, disappointed. He's been chasing this thing. The wind is kicked up, Monica. Where are you at? Anna Marie, Pearly, I appreciate you guys. Wind's starting to pick up here in Baton Rouge. Yeah, you're getting a little bit of weather. Some storms developing out ahead of our main front. Thoughts on Baton Rouge? You know, again, the farther this system moves east, our instability is weak. Our instabilities? We're losing instability. Okay, it's decreasing. Let's do this. Let's pull up. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's pull up our mesoscale analysis. Bulk shear, surface cape. I mean, look, there's like no cape down here right now. This is the latest HRRR. There's really not much. I mean, look at this. What are we maxing at? We're maxing out at like 900 joules per kilogram down here. We're maxing out at 900 joules per kilogram here. You typically don't get a strong tornado under 1,000 joules. You can get a strong tornado over 1,000 joules per kilogram. You're not going to get one under, typically.
Attention, a new special weather statement has been issued.
Right, I'm muting this because it's not popping up on my stream, so we're going to mute it. Toggle sounds, disable. Bulk shear. Now, the shear is still looking good down here. The shear is still looking good down here. And that's the thing. High shear, you can produce a tornado with low instability. Let's pull up our mesoscale analysis. Let's go down to this sector. All right, let's go into violent tornado parameter. You've still got a 2.0 violent tornado parameter. Interesting. Interesting. You still got a 2.0 violent tornado parameter out here. This would be Lafayette and Baton Rouge. Not super intense, but that's actually higher than I thought it would be. What's our SIGTOR at? I'm going to say it maxes out at 1. What's our SIGTOR? We'll do effective layer SIGTOR. Yeah, 1. Maxes out at 1. Shocker. SIGTOR using 0 to 500 storm relative helicity. Up to 2 to 3. Okay, a little more intense. Fixed layer, 2. You still got the potential for tornadoes out here. Potentially all the way out through Franklin. Okay, taking a look at this. Taking a look at that. There's still enough shear in that box right there. There's enough shear in that box right there. Call it here out ahead of the storm. There's enough shear here to still put a somewhat damaging tornado through here, but somewhat damaging. Not super damaging, I'd say. EF0, EF1, maybe a small chance of an EF2, but high shear, there's just so little instability out here. How's Biloxi, Mississippi looking for tonight? Not too bad. In general, Mississippi is going to be, let's turn a composite on as well. Again, this kind of areas, we're going to have our squall, our severe weather de-intensify through here, and then it's going to re-intensify as we push out towards Tallahassee, out towards Georgia tomorrow, southern Georgia. So Biloxi's not in a bad spot. Oh, let's take a look at what's going on with it right now. Yeah, you guys should be okay. Biloxi Gulfport, some strong winds, maybe small hail. I think you guys will be okay though. Another severe thunderstorm warning. Let's take a look at our latest warnings. Still got tornado warnings. Same ones as before. We'll double check and see if they've intensified or not. We've got some extended severe thunderstorm warnings. We got a new one down here. So this one includes about 440,000 people. This severe thunderstorm warning. Kind of a lot of people. Lafayette, Noberia, Abbeville, Scott, Brobridge, Franklin. Severe thunderstorm warning for you guys. 60-mile-per-hour winds possible. 3/4 inch hail possible. Tornado possible. If I didn't say the name of your city, if you're near those cities, you're in it. You see a tornado. I do not see a tornado. Let's take a look at this, though. Strong way. All right. Let's take a look at our velocities. Still got a couplet right here. Again, doesn't look super intense. Not overly concerned. Strong winds, definitely. Small hail, probably. Tornado, maybe not. But if you're in a tornado warning, treat it like there's a tornado on the ground. Again, radars aren't perfect. Sometimes they don't pick it up perfectly. Not overly concerned here as well. This will probably expire. Like he said, it's kind of slop. Taking a look up here at New Roads. This is a slightly concerning couplet. Heading out towards New Roads, I'd get in a basement, interior of your home, away from windows. Probably if I'm in New Roads. There's a little bit of rotation on this. Significant, well, more significant rotation than the other ones. You can see it spinning on the reflectivity as well. Head out towards New Roads, St. Francisville, Slaughter. Let's take a look at our storm up here. The one that they gave us a ridiculous amount of time on the tornado warning. A little bit of rotation here on the reflectivity. This kind of looks messy as well, though. This will probably expire. Your internet went out? I like what I'm seeing right now. Again, we just looked at the mesoscale analysis. There is some sort of SIG-TOR violent tornado parameter just out ahead here. It's weak, 1 to 2. There's not a lot of instability. There's a moderate amount of shear, but I don't expect. Doesn't mean it can't happen. Major tornado in this area. Now we have some damaging wind out here, so you can have roof damage, you can have trees down, power outages, but we're losing the instability, like I said. We're losing the fuel for strong tornadoes. So if you're out ahead of this, I wouldn't be overly concerned. I'd keep your alerts on your phone. In case you get a tornado warning, you can Google it if you have an iPhone. I'm sure Android has it too, but you can actually, there's a setting in your iPhone where if you get put in a tornado warning, your iPhone will blare a sound. Basically, it's like how your alarm goes off even when your phone's on silent. The tornado warning will blast off on your phone like an alarm, even if your phone's on silent. Just, I forget how to do it. You can Google how to do it. It's super easy. You can say how to turn on, like, Google how to turn on like tornado warnings on my iPhone or Android to wake me up or something like that. It'll show you. It's very easy. It's the simplest way to do it. There are apps that do it too, but you should always, if you're out ahead in a tornado watch, severe thunderstorm watch, you should always be alerted, especially if you're in the south. Be alerted if you're in a kind of severe weather situation like this. So, but again, I'm not overly concerned at this point. Not that there's not going to be severe weather tonight. There is going to be severe weather moving east, but considerable. We go from severe to considerable to kind of catastrophic. I think we're probably going to stay below considerable damage tonight as we move out to the east with our instability falling off. Our outside satellite dish pole snapped in half from the wind. Oof. Faraday, Louisiana. Faraday, is that how you pronounce it? Yeah, it's over. The worst is over for you. This is exactly what I was talking about. This is exactly the spot I've been talking about. Actually, you're a little bit further north. I've been talking about this one. But yeah, I mean, you can see there's strong winds up here. Let me actually move this a little bit north. Let me move the radar north. Why is this up here? Hello? Thank you. Yeah, I mean, look. These are the winds that just went through your area. These are the winds that just went... You said that thing snapped? We have readings of almost hurricane force gusts out here. Yeah. 60 to 70 mile per hour winds out here. That's probably what just moved right over your house. Yep. I believe you. I need this playlist. I wonder if I can share this playlist in my Discord. Let me see something real quick. Share playlist. Oh, I should share this in the Discord. Well, if you want the playlist, just get in my Discord. You can add me, Connor's Climate Corner. It's the same thing as my TikTok and YouTube. Connor's Climate Corner on Discord. Add me as a friend. Anyone who adds me as a friend, I just accept and invite them to the Discord server. So, or you can just click on a link in any of my YouTube videos, join the Discord server. I'll share it in my Discord. I don't know how else to. I don't know how to share it in here. That's not even. This isn't even me trying to promote my Discord. I don't know how to share it in like my TikTok live. I'm actually gonna share it in my Discord right now. I've had a lot of people say that. I've spent some time putting together just like a chill playlist so that, partially so that people don't have anxiety when we have severe weather going on. It also just, it's nice to have something in the background while we're live streaming. Here, let me try this. Let me try this real quick. Actually, let's go into. Let me turn that off. Turn that off. There we go. Oh, this is another banger right here. I'll just turn this up for 1 second. Let me do this. Let me share. Add collaborations. Okay, there we go. We'll do share playlist, copy link. Oh, I wonder if I can do it right into... I wonder if this will work. Can you guys click that link in TikTok chat? Let me know. Some people added me on Discord, I think. Yeah, okay, I'll make sure to make sure you can see all the channels. General chat. Here, I'm actually gonna post this. Post it in mod chat for now. Does that actually bring up the right one? Yeah, it does. Cool. All right. Cool. All right. No problem. No problem. All right. I might hop off here. Again, I'm not overly concerned. I'd say my biggest thing right here is this gust front moving out towards Centreville, Gloucester, Liberty, Magnolia, Macomb, possibly Clinton, Greensburg, Kentwood. Okay, damaging winds there potentially. We take a look at this. A little bit of a notch, a little bit of a potential couplet, and you can see the rotation. Yep, you still can't in the reflectivity. New road slaughter, Zachary, prepare. There could be probably a weak tornado on the ground there. Down here to the south, again, now about to move through intercoastal city. You're in a tornado warning. There's a couplet here. This actually looks like it's going to just miss you to the south and head towards Kuipermort Point. I don't know. I can't pronounce that. There's not really much down here. There's just not much down there, which is good. But yeah, we're losing instability. The squall line's going to de-intensify a little bit. Keep alerts on if you're out here towards, I would say even all the way out east towards New Orleans. Houma, Franklin, Amite City, Greensburg, Liberty, Brookhaven, Hazelhurst, Vicksburg, Jackson. Make sure you keep your alerts on. We're probably going to get this weekend a little bit as we move through, though, Mississippi. And it'll pick up tomorrow. Back out towards Georgia, Panhandle to Florida. Will the Atlanta area be clear tomorrow? Let's take a look at the latest. Rufus model. Torrential downpours for Atlanta. I don't know about severe weather. Here is our... Let's look at our severe weather potential for tomorrow. Here's our categorical outlook for tomorrow. There you go. Atlanta's just in a general thunderstorm. Panama City up towards Valdosta, Tallahassee, Albany, Georgia, Jacksonville, Florida, up towards Brunswick, South Carolina, Folkestone, Brunswick, Georgia, Waycross, Blackshear, Homerville. You guys can see Southern Georgia, Panhandle of Florida, and then you see Gainesville, Cedar Key, St. Augustine, Jacksonville. Slight risk for severe thunderstorm warning, or for severe thunderstorms. Marginal, much bigger around that. Let's take a look at tornadoes. 5% risk. Here's, if you're in the green, 2% risk, and then 5% risk for tornadoes. What does a 2% and 5% risk means? It doesn't mean that there's a, what's the exact miles? Is it 10 miles? Or is it 30 miles? Oh my God, why am I forgetting? It's 2 miles. There's actually a really good way to explain this. A 5% tornado risk doesn't mean you only have a 5% chance of seeing a tornado. It has to do with your zip code. Here, wait, let me, is it 2 miles? 20? 5% chance there's a tornado within, oh my God, I'm forgetting now. Jeez, you take 4 months off of severe weather. Yeah, 5% chance. I think you're right. I think it is 20 miles. There's a 5% chance that there's a 100% chance. It wouldn't be 100%, but a 5% chance that there could be a tornado within 20 miles of you. 20-mile radius. Yeah, I couldn't remember if it was like 5, 20, 30. But yeah, so because people get confused when they hear 2%, 5%. But that's why when we get like high risk zones where you get up to like 45% chance, it's like there's a 50% chance there's going to be a tornado within 20 miles of you. That's why those type of days are very serious. I do want to double check that though. I forget things. Listen. I forget things sometimes too. I do. What the heck was this? And I never want to give someone wrong information because I said it wrong. 25. That's why I could remember. Okay, yeah, 25 miles. 25 miles. 25, not. Yeah. But 20 was close. I was thinking 22. Yeah. Yeah. 5% chance there's a tornado within 25 miles of you. Tomorrow here. 2% here. Yep. Yeah, it was close. It was close. What's the difference? I mean, in the grand scheme of things, that's not going to change how much someone worries about it if it's 25 or 20. All right. Yeah, you said yeah, purpose at 25. Genius. All right, everyone have a good night. Like I said, keep your alerts on if you're out here. I'm not overly concerned right now. There's not tornado-wise. Again, our instability's falling off. Some damaging wind and hail is possible. Some power outages are possible. We should be good though. Stay safe. Keep your alerts on. We'll be posting a video tomorrow. I'll be streaming tomorrow as well. And we'll be going over the snow chances for the Mid-Atlantic. I know we could have some snow up there in the Mid-Atlantic tomorrow night. Heavy snow for the Rockies coming in. We have winter storm warnings all up and down the Sierra Nevada right now in northwestern California. Expect that to spread all the way through the Rockies. We have some significant snow and then some snow heading towards the upper Midwest. Moving ahead as we get out towards Wednesday to Sunday. Big heat wave for the East is moving in. Lots to talk about. I'll post another video tomorrow and I'll stream tomorrow. You guys are awesome. Appreciate you guys being in here. Love you all. Be safe. See ya.